Good afternoon from the Crucible in Sheffield. After a captivating season of snooker, today is the final chapter, the final of the Mr. Vegas World Seniors, and it's the best of 9 frames for the title and this beautiful trophy. But is it destined for Ireland or Brazil?
Fantastic shot. That's the best shot he's played so far.
If he can land on that one near the ball cushion, this will be some shot. He's going to land on it. What a shot this is. What a shot this is.
It'd be magnificent to become World Seniors champion. I'm up for it. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, definitely, of course I want to win it. It's a big tournament for us seniors.
I think for all players need sacrifice for many hours on the table.
Big shot this. And it's a good one.
I'm still confident, trust my technique, trust my game. 8.
This is wonderful stuff.
It's the final, and it's wonderful to have your company live on Channel 5. 16 came, 2 remain. It's Ken Doherty and Igor Figueiredo. Ken getting the better of Tyson Kriniz, Deshuat Poomjang, and a tough match yesterday against Barry Pinches. Igor beat Tessa Davidson in the first round, and then 2 excellent players. The defending champion, of course, Jimmy White, and the legend from Malta, Tony Drago. And you're all very welcome. I am delighted to be joined today by Neil Foles and Dennis Taylor. What a special afternoon of snooker we have in store.
Well, Ireland versus Brazil. What a final. And I mean, Igor, the way he's played to make back-to-back centuries, the first player ever to do it in a seniors event, is incredible. He's got rid of a whirlwind in Jimmy White. He's got rid of a tornado in Tony Drago. And now I nearly forgot Tony Drago's name. Can you believe it?
It's been a long few weeks, Dennis. Don't worry about that.
Can he get rid of Crafty Ken? That's going to be a fascinating match, and I think, Neil, we've known these boys for a long time. I think it's going to be a classic.
It is, and strangely, looking at some of those matches, the end of it, there's always an embrace between the 2 players. Why? Because these guys go back a long way, all of them, all the way through, you know, and that's what makes it a special event, because everyone knows everybody. Ken is very determined, but Igor has been sensational. Yeah,
a lot of history, a lot of camaraderie, and of course, yesterday we saw Ken Doherty up against Barry Pinches again. They've been battling it out for 3 decades, and certainly Ken getting stronger, Dennis, as this tournament continues.
And he's been in bed early every night, Rachel. Patty's friends with him. We had a few late nights during the World Championship. He's fully rested. He's looking forward. This is the one that he wants, but he's up against an unbelievable player in Igor.
And a wave to the crowd, a little fist pump from the darling of Dublin. Relieved, he said, to get to the final, but also delighted and desperately hungry to win this. Igor Figueiredo, though, for him, it's the match of his life, isn't it? Well, it is. And really, if you'd watched the 2 play so far, you'd probably say Igor would be favourite. But, of course, Ken is very experienced. He's been a world champion. And you know, this is how he got over the line in his previous match. You know, it was quite nice the way it finished with Tony Drago. Tony Drago, well, I mean, poor old Tony fell off his chair because it was on the back of 2 centuries in a row from Igor. I don't think he could believe it. But that's what I mean. See, these guys all go back a long way. There's seniors events like this. It was a wonderful occasion. It was magical, wasn't it? Yesterday, you know, a standing ovation for the 2 of them, all the hugs and everything. But it was Igor who made it through. We mentioned the back-to-back centuries, and not only were they hugging at the end, Tony was great sport because he also nicked his highest break there, as you'll see on screen. Igor Figueiredo with 119, 110, 2 centuries, £2,500 for the highest break. Tony Drago, 91, Stuart Watson, 82, and Ken Doherty, 70. So Ken is on the list, and he'll be looking to continue the improvement that we've seen, certainly in yesterday's match. Yeah,
I think he will. He will improve. But in Igor, he's getting better. He's playing better now than he was on the main tour quite a number of years ago. I'm so impressed with his cue action. He hits the ball so solid, And I've never known a more powerful player screwing the ball back.
Oh, he's an incredible player. He's almost got too much cue power for these tables. So it's a very contrasting match between all the power and all the guile of Ken.
I said 2,500 for the highest break. They've just taken 500 off it. It's 2,000. But right now, it looks like Igor Figueiredo might be capturing that, but more importantly, he'll be looking to win the title. Let's hear from him and indeed Ken Doherty with Rob.
I'm really looking forward to it. Excited. A little bit sort of trepidation, but that's good as well. It keeps you focused. But yeah, it's going to be a big occasion for both of us.
Exciting to this moment and the many things behind this final. Yeah. I maybe made history today.
You know, I have to concentrate on playing well, keeping calm, and of course I'm up against a really good opponent who's been playing really well this week. So I've got to, there's a long way to go, and it's going to be very, very tough. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to get out there, to be honest.
Absolutely. Very, very important for myself, for my history, everything. I start to play full size, 32 years old, and now big moment maybe to change history again in Americas and improve for young players, new generation, everything.
Well, it's all about what he's doing for Brazil right now. But Ken Doherty, we know all about him in this game. But he is looking for this elusive Grand Slam, such a unique Grand Slam. The World Under-21, the Amateur Championship, of course, which he won back in 1989. 97 World Snooker Champion, and, of course, looking to add to the mix.
Well, my first time I ever spoke to Ken was when he won the World Amateur, and we did an interview, a link-up. And I thought, this fella can talk well. And he was only 17 then, I think, and he's been wonderful for the game of snooker, a great ambassador. We talk about nice guys in the game, but these two, Neil, you're not going to meet two nicer lads than these, are you?
No, but they're going to be determined today, and Kenny's going to be determined for that Grand Slam. I mean, there's nothing like winning the World Championship here, obviously, but the World Amateur, that's really difficult to win, you know, and you've got to play in all kinds of places around the world to get that under your belt. So this would be just the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? But I don't see that this is going to be very easy for him, any easier than all those other wins in those other world titles.
He's a fantastic ambassador. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say a bad word about Ken Doherty. And this brilliant Brazilian Igor Figueiredo, he's certainly charming us all with this wonderful smile. We look at Ken's record and then we look at Igor's profile. This is absolutely huge, Neil. This could be life-changing.
It certainly could. I mean, he's been on the tour. He just had to come off the tour. It wasn't quite working out for him in this country on a full-time basis, and he went back to Brazil. But really, he should be on the tour, because I've seen many of the tour players now, and he is definitely on the list of players that should still be ranked in the middle 60 or 70, something like that, or even better, because he knows how to play.
Well, certainly we've seen how well he can play. He knows how to play the game. But, of course, the extra pressure of a final here at the Crucible, such an amazing venue that we all love so much. And, indeed, the 1980 world champion, Cliff Thorburn. We can get his take now. And, indeed, the great John Virgo. Good afternoon, guys. Looking forward to this one.
Good afternoon, Rachel. Yeah, certainly are. What a matchup this has turned out to be. Ken, as you say, looking for that Grand Slam. And Igor Figueiredo, I mean, what a breath of fresh air he's been, and playing at 16, 17 seconds a shot. Cliff, I know you've got a sort of slight vested interest with him being Pan-American champion, but if you was Ken, would you change your game slightly to try and cope with him?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, Ken, you know, I will have to play cat and mouse. You know, as Ken calls it, it's Ken and mouse. But he's not playing a mouse today.
No.
And Igor has just got this, you know, tremendous power all bottled up and just all set to go. And it'll be great for, you know, North and South American snooker if, you know, he can pull this win off. But Ken's got his Grand Slam, you know, to win, and of course we'll be thinking about that, and let's see, you know, if that you know, makes him play better.
Well, that had a little bit of pressure, but snooker has always been great when you've got a contrast in styles, and Rachel, we've got that today, and it should be a cracker.
Absolutely a cracker, and that's what we like to hear. Live on Channel 5, best of 9 frames, so going to put these two under a little bit of pressure. No sitting on the fence on a finals day. Who's going to win?
I love Igor, but I couldn't go against my best pal, Ken. I think Ken's going to realise his ambition and get the Grand Slam.
Amazing. And Neil?
Well, I'll just go the other way to Dennis because I think it's really tight. All 9 frames I think we'll need. Maybe Igor could get there and win it for Brazil.
Well, let's hope it's going to be an epic final, and great to have your company for this afternoon. The snooker from the Crucible in Sheffield will be getting underway. It's Igor Figueiredo, Ken Doherty on the way to your screens in just a couple of minutes' time.